So right now, Giants 0-3. Okay? Look at the division. They're not looking too great. Eagles 3-0, the Commanders are 2-1, Cowboys are 1-2. So I thought, what would be a way to potentially fix this team, right? Bring this team back to a positive situation. And that situation could be Eli Manning, the Hall of Fame quarterback who delivered 2 rings to the New York Giants. I almost said New Jersey Giants for a second, but to the New York Giants. So, listen, they're 0-3 in his franchise so far. This is updated rosters, updated schedules. You already know that. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Chargers 3-0, Giants 0-3. Let's see if Eli Manning can be that guy or if it's a little too late. And they beat the Chargers 38-14. Okay. That is definitely a good sign starting off. 278 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Herbo, 224 yards and 2 interceptions. So in real life, they actually now are benching Russell Wilson and putting in Jackson Dart. So why put in Jackson Dart when you could have Eli Manning in his prime and they destroy the New Orleans Saints? So back-to-back wins for Eli Manning, taking over this Giants squad, and then they beat the Eagles. Okay, hold up. Low-key, I want to show you this real fast. So I did, obviously you can see right here, force win. I force win the first, first win or lose. But for the Giants, it's force lose. I did that for the first 3 games because, obviously I wanted to have it updated schedules. But for the rest of these games, we're just going to see how this works out because none of these games obviously force win or lose. But so far, 3-3. So 3 wins in a row for Eli Manning since joining this team. And they lose to the Broncos. Man, now they play the Eagles again. I forgot the Eagles play Giants like back-to-back. So this time it's in Philly. And this time they lose 41-24. Now they play the 5-3 49ers, which is not easy, and they lose again. Now they're 3-6. Okay, so they really were going uphill for a second. Then they beat the Bears. Okay, so they a little bit back down to earth. They played the Green Bay Mud-loving Packers, and they lose 16-13. I feel like it's one of those things where you get a new quarterback. They got destroyed by the Lions. You get a new quarterback, things start making sense, people start getting excited again, like this team could be something, and then you come back down to earth. They're 5-8 currently. Definitely not looking good in this division right now. Currently, Eli Manning has 24 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, and 3,067 yards. So, Malik Neighbors almost 1,000 yards. Robinson almost 1,000 yards. I mean, they're doing stuff, man. I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're doing stuff. All right, come out of the bye week here. They're not even close to a playoff picture. 5-8 against 9-4 Commanders. Could be a big win. And they win that game 38-24. Now they get to play the Minnesota Vikings. And I'll be honest, I think they beat the Vikings. In real life, I think the Giants will probably end up going 6-12. 6-11. So I think that's probably where they're going to be at. Anything better than that, they lose to the Raiders. They could have made the playoffs low-key if they didn't lose to the Raiders there. If they would have beat the Raiders, they could have been a playoff team. Because they destroy the Cowboys. So they're really, in all honesty, they finished with 9th in the NFC. Right behind the Commanders, who actually also missed the playoffs at 9-8. But they could have low-key made the playoffs. Maybe. 31 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 3,800 yards for Eli. I mean, he actually played pretty good, to be honest, and he had 2 1,000-yard receivers, and he also had 6 touchdowns and 392 on the ground. Okay. I mean, you missed the playoffs, but that's not the worst season of all time, especially when you start off 0-3. Listen, when you start off 0-3 in the NFL, it is so hard to turn it around and make the playoffs. I'm a Bengals fan. Trust me, I know. We do it every year. No, not this year. We're 2-1 this year. But every year but this year, we always start off 0-3. And then we find a way to try to claw back. It's challenging. It's difficult. Anyway, we got Eagles Super Bowl versus the Ravens. Ravens win the Super Bowl, which not going to happen in real life, as we saw with the Lions game the other night. But overall wise, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. So we're going to be starting this new series, though, kind of, doing some franchise content as well on this channel. I'll see you guys in the next one, though.